Welcome to the Listening to Nothing show. I'm Mel Fascist Pig.
I am Montavious Hicks.
And I'm Reverend Muffington, and tonight we got a full house, but right now, give it up to motherfucking He's Dead Jim.
Hey everybody, where's Dead Jim?
Where He's Dead Jim, this song's called The Turncoats Tune. Goes like this.
Back for more punishment. He is now officially a returning champ. Give it up, Joey Diesel.
Earned it!
Yeah, give it up for me. Yeah, make a big deal out of me. That's right. Stroke my ego. Anyway, if you guys can't tell, there is some writing on this beanie. It is Bleach. Not only is it my favorite anime, but also my drink of choice. What's funny is I never told that at an open mic before, so I bounced it off my wife. Needless to say, it started a very weird conversation. Like, I don't want to know how she knows that the Great Value brand of bleach will go down more smooth than Clorox, yet here we are. I left her alone with the kids. I hope karma doesn't bite me in the ass for that. I don't need that much therapy. But speaking of my wife, she's very supportive, especially when stressful shit happens. Like a few weeks ago, my glasses broke, and I used super glue to fix them. The big-headed people know the struggle with glasses. They know it. Well, I was also stoned at the time, so I was freaking out, having an existential crisis, and she sees it. So she tries to diffuse the situation by using a movie reference as a joke. And the movie she decided to quote was My Girl. Where are his glasses? He can't see without his glasses. Buzz. then she was like, suck it up, buttercup, and then smacked me on the bum. Anyway, and that's how we ended up having coitus at her parents' house. Moving on, she also likes to keep me on my toes. Like, she knows I smoke a little bit of the devil's lettuce one too many times. So I was walking down my hallway the other day, and she jumps out and goes, jump scare tatas. Someone's like, yeah, heck yeah. Anyway, I responded by going, ah! And apparently, that brief moment of me going, ah! destroyed her self-esteem so badly that for the next 6 months, she would look at me and go, so, do my tits still scare you? Only me. Well, she's the child of an immigrant, and before anyone goes, ooh, that's exotic, her mom's Canadian, and it's like from like near British Columbia, so it's not even the exotic French Canadians. Yeah, or the Newfoundlands. Oh yeah, give it to me good, eh? Anyway, she's very proud of her quarter Canadian heritage. Yeah, they do have culture. Granted, it's covering everything in something that's gravy and calling ham bacon, but moving on, I like to be supportive by introducing elements of her culture into our bedroom. I call it the art of seduction. Art of Canadian seduction, I mean. And what happens is I drape myself in a moose pelt. The head's down here with the antlers. And in one hand, I have a hockey stick for some paddling. In the other, I have a maple syrup leaf for some French Canadian tickling. And then to get her really going, I sing a song that she can't resist. Oh, Canada. It really makes her city that rhymes with fun rain, if you know what I mean. Regina. That's all I got for now. Thank you, guys.
All right, sir. Would you like to have a shot?
Hell yeah.
All right. So how you been, sir, since the last time we seen you?
Been good. Last Wednesday I had a show canceled.
Oh.
So I was like, I messaged Rev and I'm like, hey, you got any openings for this Saturday? He's like, sure. I'm like, good. Because I got a show October 6th. That's going to have 70 people in the audience. And that's like my first big.
Is that a pre-sale?
It's just estimated to have that many people because that's what that event gets most.
So we're being optimistic then.
Yeah, we're being optimistic.
Just 70 people. There you
go.
I don't know if I've played a show within the last couple of years that there was 70 people in the fucking audience. And I've played some big fucking shows.
Well, they promote the fuck out of this though. So
where's it at?
It's at Emerald Heart, October 6th. It's in Murfreesboro.
What else you got coming up?
I got here. I got Emerald Heart again, and I got the rescheduled at Hicks that I hit up, and hopefully Holistic Connection with Willie.
All right.
Cool.
Well, I got a question, dude.
Hopefully.
So I heard a little bit of anger in the whole bacon and ham. What's
Oh
really?
my God!
It just
I
pisses
don't know
you off.
why we call it bacon when it's just ham. It's like Canada wants to feel special about it, and I'm like, fuck off. You guys
They want their own
Jim
kind of
Carrey.
bacon too.
Come
Oh,
on.
So
man.
what's funny about that is Canadians don't call it that. It's something
I know,
that
it's
the
just what we
Americans
call it.
Americans have made this shit up, and they're like, no, we're not retarded.
We're not retarded, eh?
All right.
Canada.
So Joey, thank you for stopping in. Definitely don't
No
take
problem.
off, hang out, and everything. It was good to have you back.
No problem.
Are you
Yeah,
back
yes,
in
indeed.
October? What, 7th or 14th?
October 14th.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Glad you know.
In a couple of hours, I'm not gonna know shit. All right, give it up one more for Joey. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's Dead Jim. and gentlemen, returning champ, motherfucking 12 times over, John Datoy. Yeah.
12 times. That's awesome. Give it for he's dead Jim, everybody. That's
Fuck yeah.
You guys are tight, like, musically very tight. Awesome. Very good. All right. I'm going to do some yo-yo tricks. It's been a while.
Fuck
Hey,
yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's start off with that. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah, entertainment is weird as a Filipino, I've learned. Like I started off with the yo-yo. I'm doing stand-up now, so which means that maybe in 10 years I'll be the new lead singer of Journey. That'd be it's the pretty that's what I'm hoping for. Thanks. I'm on the road a lot, just like these guys. You guys are probably on the road, playing gigs, stay in weird motels. I stayed in a Motel 6, and I figured out why there's a 6 at the end. It's because that's usually an indicator of how many people have died there before you arrived. All right. Some groans over there. That's sorry guys. It must be a Motel 6 people. All right. Anyways, it's been fun doing comedy for all this time here. I think like the thing that I have the hardest time doing when I travel for comedy or yo-yoing is I bring a case of these, and it's always a story with TSA when they see 16 of these very uniquely lined up in a case. They'd be like, "Sir, is this a bomb?" Every single time, and I'll be like, "No, but you're not gonna believe what it is either." And then I do a trick. Once I pulled out a yo-yo, forgot I took the string off of it, and just went across the entire airport. I was like, "So do you just shoot me now, or or later? Do I leave?" But no, it's I like traveling a lot, so I don't know why I'm so nervous. I think here's the thing: I've been trying to lose a lot of weight lately. Weight is hard to lose. Yeah, I don't look like it, but I went to fat camp as a kid. On accident. See, I grew up loving comedy. I knew I wanted to be a comedian from a very young age, but the only funny people I saw as a kid on TV were large people, like Bruce, Lavelle Crawford. Like, as soon as I saw that, I started thinking, like, I've got to gain some weight if I'm going to do this thing. But I was only like 8 years old when I got inspired by this, so I looked up, like, the funniest kid I knew on television. It was Kenan Thompson. I went on Google at school, and I was like, how heavy is Kenan Thompson? Then I learned I had to gain 35 pounds if I was going to make this work. So I did. I gained 35 pounds, and my parents were like, what's wrong with you? Like, are you doing okay? Are you sad? I'm like, no, I'm working on a goal right now. This is a... Then I went there. They didn't tell me it was fat camp until I showed up there, and I found out I was the skinniest kid at fat camp. And I was like, oh no, this is fat camp. But like when you're also the skinniest kid at fat camp, you're also the most popular kid at fat camp, so it's pretty cool too at the same time. And I still talk to those guys. We're like a high school reunion. So anyways, yeah. All right, I'm going to talk about something a little bit less controversial. Let's talk about gay people. I'm not a smart guy. I'm not a smart guy at all. Like, I heard the word gay for the very first time when I was 7 years old, but didn't like learn what it actually meant until I was 14. See, I remember my parents pulled me into our living room and they were like, "Hey, John, your uncle is gay." That was all they told me. They thought he can figure it out himself. So I did. I tried. All I knew about my uncle is he owned his own construction company, so he's like super wealthy. And he also didn't do anything that like he didn't want to do. He didn't let anyone boss him around. So for 7 years, I thought gay meant self-sufficient. Yeah. Then I went through a phase with the band Queen, and then one of my classmates was like, "You know that Freddie Mercury, the lead singer, was gay?" And I was like, "Well, honestly, I mean, they all have mansions. They sell all these stadiums. I bet they're all pretty gay, if we're being honest with each other." And then I learned you can be both, the real thing and what I thought. So, all right. So, I think that's actually going to be my time. So, thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Would you like a shot, sir?
I'll do a shot, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Hey, maybe my mistake. Didn't you get married recently?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Fine.
Yes.
He won't bring his wife to the show.
She's got bronchitis. That's the main reason why.
Yeah. New cup.
Ooh. What's in here?
So
Oh,
we
that was the
talking.
last comedian.
So
bourbon.
I know that recently you got back into the yo-yo competing,
I did, yeah.
and I thought you placed really well.
Yeah, I got
So give us a little background on like how many people were there competing.
Well, it was actually like a
Yo-yo
pre-qualification.
competition.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, guys. It was actually a pre-qualification process, so I had to enter a couple of regionals before I could go to nationals. And for the regionals, there's probably about
I would say about like 300 or 400 people across the nation competing for
And you still got it. You got like third. And you're just doing stand-up. And you're still third best. But did he do you walk in, they're like, there he is. You know what I mean? Like you hear the whispers.
I've been so far removed. I'm like a female gymnast. Like I retired at 15. But like I walk in, and a lot of times the new kids are like, oh, I've heard.
Yeah, I heard your name.
Back in the day.
If anything, I'm like the young kid who's like, oh, I know you from TikTok and
Nice.
And
So you were what, 11 when you won it?
yeah, so I was pretty young when I did the whole thing.
Is it a young man's game, or do they let the old guys win sometimes?
It's diverse, honestly. Just because, like, I don't know, like, everyone goes through, like, a phase in their life where they want to be, like, better at yo-yoing, and sometimes that's when you're 33. A lot of times, though, it is, like,
right.
I would say teens and then early 20s, though. So.
Do they have like trick yo-yos that like are on fire and shit? It's like a fire
Yeah, there's some
yo-yo.
stuff. They call them alchemy yo-yos. Like, you can light them on fire. The strings are made out of metal, so, like, you can put, like, a little bit of a lubricant that's flammable, and I haven't tried it myself.
So, like, if I'm being honest, it sounds like you got lubricant on fire.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So does it pay at all?
It can. Judging is actually where the money is at these days.
That's where
they
you
pay
got.
you by the amount of minutes of competitive yo-yoing you've.
That's what you gotta get on. You gotta get in that racket.
So it's like
kinda-
you like do appearances and shit.
I do, yeah. I did this last year, a couple, so it was pretty fun.
Fucking A, man.
Yeah.
All right, so what's your upcoming gigs, man?
I'll be in Milwaukee in a couple of weeks for the Milwaukee Comedy Festival, where I'll be opening for Ty Berry. It'll be pretty cool. So.
Todd is fucking. He's one of my. I like that deadpan anyways.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of my fucking.
His
favorite.
crowd work special is like one of my favorite specials of all time, just because he sums it up being like if someone asked to take work off, he's like, it's got to be a weird thing. Be like, hey, I need Sunday off. Why? Todd Berry is doing this experimental show where he's just gonna wing it. Love it.
That's awesome.
Did you ever see it's on YouTube. It's like a 4-hour-long recording of Doug Stanhope, and he's just up there on mushrooms.
Yep.
Yeah.
It almost reminds me of The Day That Laughter Died by Andrew Dice Clay too, when like he was like a week or something after Madison Square. He just did 2 hours and punished this audience. It was pretty awesome, though.
Yes, punishing. Now there was another 4-hour one where Dave Chappelle literally is punishing the audience, where he's like, they keep every 2 seconds they're trying to clap him off, and he'll act like he's putting his jacket on. They'll clap him off. He's like, nah, bitches, I ain't going nowhere. And this went on for 4 hours. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Who's
great.
rode the wave?
Yeah, John. Thank you for coming out.
Love
You're
you
welcome
guys.
here.
Yes.
Anytime that you want to fucking come on, man,
Appreciate it,
definitely
man.
come on.
Thank you.
All right, give it up one more time for John Datoy. All right. Hey, let's get to the band real quick. Everybody probably already knows, but so where did you get the name He's Dead Jim?
Cody, thanks. More or less Star Trek, but
Trekkies!
but the real goal for us is to solve our Uncle Jim's murder.
So get to that now, because I read a little
Damn.
bit about that now. Is this a fictional Uncle Jim, or is there?
Oh, he's real.
Fictional as you and me.
Wow, let's crime scene this shit. Wait, when did he die?
That's what
That's what we don't know. We don't know where
there's
he
a lot of
died.
mystery with Jim's death.
Oh, he just disappeared.
Who? We're talking where?
Aliens.
when?
First.
So we don't know if he's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
We have his will.
He didn't just go out for milk and not come back.
See,
He's dead.
yeah, he's not my dad.
So there's a body.
He wrote a letter. He's like, if you haven't heard from me in
I think it's 5 years.
69 days, 69 years, I'm dead. I'm done for. We took him at his word.
So he's dead.
And now we roam the countryside, from village to dell, from town to city, amassing the clues
All of our
so that we might avenge our
Solve.
Uncle Jim's death.
What's the
Solve.
best clue do you have so far?
Sorry.
Well, this next one we're gonna play. Most of our songs are about solving Jim's murder, but this next one's about a question we asked recently of someone. That might be the newest question, the newest clue we have.
All right.
That came out on our EP we put out last year.
Ladies and gentlemen, He's Dead Jim. right. Welcome back, new returning champ, Dan Fkem Cornell.
Hello.
I am the great Cornholio. I need tippy for my bunghole.
Hey guys, what's going on? So nice to be back. Give it up for He's Dead Jim and Rev one time. Man, I'll tell you what, this place is crazy. I love it. I love it so much. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dan Cornell, not Cornholt. Only on Saturdays. I am a Marine Corps veteran, construction worker, and I've been in factory work for 11 years, so I'm not the guy that you put on speakerphone, right? And even if you warn me, hey bro, I got you on speakerphone, there's still a good to fair chance that I'm gonna embarrass myself or somebody else in the room. And I'm okay with that. But here's the problem with that. When I go to family functions and people ask me questions in front of Big Mama, it don't go good. Like I was at a family function one time and somebody walked up and was like, hey, how do you feel about Uncle Jimbo burning himself up in a fire? And I was like, well, he drank a fucking fifth of rum to the face and smoked 2 joints of some really powerful indica. I feel like he had that one coming. Like, I get it. You get the munchies. It's late. You're fucked up. You got the munchies. Don't cook anything, you dumb fuck. You pass out on the couch, and next thing you know, St. Peter's looking at you going, nah, bro, you fucked up. So anyway, I recently decided that I need to change up my career again. I think that I'm going to get into producing and hosting comedy shows because, as you can tell, I'm mediocre at best right now. But I do have a keen eye for talent, especially when they got tits and tattoos. It's either going to be comedy or a strip club, people. I'm just saying. No, I did bring a couple people into comedy, and it was all good until the one chick started talking about selling pictures of her asshole on OnlyFans. And I shit you not. Right? Do you. Get your hustle. But if you're in a room full of middle-aged dudes, that's either going to be your best audience or your best chance of getting attacked in the parking lot. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun doing comedy, just hanging out here tonight. Thank you to Rev for the time. And thanks to all the comics for coming out. Thanks for the band hanging out with us, man. You guys are amazing. It's like Placebo and Incubus and Blink-182 had a baby while on mushrooms. Anyway, I've been Dan Cornell. That's my time, y'all.
Come have a seat with us, man. Would you like to have a shot?
I'd have a shot with you. The host offers you a shot, you don't turn it down. What's up, guys?
You trying to produce
Doing good,
comedy
man.
shows, huh?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to my world.
She's a very fickle bitch.
Monty puts on some. Actually, Monty, plug some of your upcoming gigs. Monty really does put on a good show.
So yeah, tomorrow, Sunday, I got a show at the Rusty Nail in
To the Rusty Nail.
Rusty Nail?
Yeah, hold on, I didn't pull my All right, Rusty Nail.
Cheers.
I try to say, my show are open mics, they get paid. So I try to put some money in everybody's pocket. I don't care if it's gas money or something.
Right.
But yeah, bring your A game.
Damn, Rev, I got to quit messing with you.
You'll get your head right.
Sold to money.
So,
$5.
I started out, y'all. I started out hosting shows in a little vape shop. I mean, this place was tiny. If I'd have swung around too fast, I probably could have cock slapped everybody in there.
Oh!
Good visual.
Got a cock slapper out here.
Yeah, man. But
Some people have
It's got 2 confirmed kills on it.
3 if you count my wife.
Oh, nice. So tell us about the military, man. Like, as a Marine, dude, like, what is it? Is it Paradise Island they send all Marines
Paradise
to?
Island, yeah.
Shit.
That's
I got a couple buds that went, man.
Miserable and best time at the same time that I've ever had in my life. It really tests your mettle, but you meet some serious degenerates, and that's how this shit happens.
Your mental game seems all right.
Have you ever shot anybody?
Confirmed kills.
No.
Never shot anybody?
I was an artilleryman. We were probably about 3 miles away.
Okay.
Oh, so you blew people to bits, though.
I'll never know.
How many bits do you think you got?
Their souls can't haunt me if I don't find them.
Oh, there you go. I ain't got a point.
So what were you firing?
198 howitzer.
So is that like a shell or is that
Yeah.
like an explosive round?
It's a cannon.
Okay.
Wow.
So you're just right on.
But yeah, we have an upcoming gig, man. I'd love for you guys to come check it out. It's October 22nd at Emerald Heart in Murfreesboro.
Gotcha.
Joey Diesel's going to be on the dais. Willie Will, Kelsey Dixon.
Yeah.
Really killer lineup, man. You guys need to come out and hang out.
All right,
Good.
gotta be out there. What day? What day?
It's a Sunday.
Sunday. Oh,
22nd.
Not gonna happen on a Sunday for me.
I mean, he is the Reverend, right?
Yeah.
It's a Sunday gig.
He's got to rest on the 7th day.
All right. Well, Dan, thank you very much for coming out. Again,
Absolutely
man.
not. Thank you, guys.
All right, one more time for Dan fucking Cornell. All right, motherfucker, he's dead, Jim.
Go ahead, Jacob. It's all you.
What is it? $5 grand reward?
Yeah.
All right, sorry. This song's called $5 grand reward. Incidentally, a reward song.
First switcheroo on DMP, ladies and gentlemen.
Smooth as fuck.
Yeah, that was pretty tight.
Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, new to the show, give it up for Marty Bartow.
All right, now just like we rehearsed, I'm going to go halfway through my jokes and one of you's going to jump in for me, all right?
Okay.
Oh, what's going on, Deliciously? No?
Oh,
I'm so glad to be here. This is so cool. Oh, it's much better than being at home. I got a roommate who's trying to kick me out. Yeah, he didn't ask me to leave. He just decided to put my room for advertisement on Facebook. And that's how I found out. So I did the only thing an honest person should do, and I reported that ad for human trafficking. I think that's basically what it is. I don't know. I hear him complaining now through the walls that, like, the ad's not getting any traction. No one wants to rent the room. Well, it's for the same reason that his toothbrush smells like my balls. I did that. It'll suck moving out, though, because he's got one of those cool refrigerators with, like, the water and the ice on the door. That's been a big upgrade for me. And I was pondering over it the other day, and I realized that the water ice maker on the door is a lot like shitting your pants. Because, you know, you go to push for a little liquid, and then, like, solids start dropping out on the floor. Or does that just happen to me? I don't know. Jesus. I also don't understand him because he mentioned he doesn't like certain phrases in porn, which really he was talking about he doesn't like when they say wet, moist, pussy's the weirdest thing to hear, and it confused me because, like, who's watching their porn in English still? American English is like the second most unattractive language to watch porn in after British. British is just a bunch of bucktooth bitches going, stick it in me cunt, yeah! Nobody wants that. Try watching your porn in another language. Spanish, French, Italian. I learned a whole language in a weekend. Well, maybe not a whole language, just a couple phrases like stroke it faster, I'm about to come, and I have no way to pay for this pizza. Is there any other way I can pay? I can backpack through Europe on that. I also joined a gym recently. It's a boxing and MMA gym. They're teaching me how to fight. They gave me the free week trial. And what I learned in that free week trial is I can't fight. I'm really bad at it, apparently. But they did teach me some valuable lessons, that the fight and flight reaction is very real. And there's a third reaction where if you're being choked out and you can't get away, you just start jerking off the person choking you out. That move is called finish. They let you go every time. I'm not allowed a full-time membership, though. I don't understand why. I think it's maybe because they're intimidated. They see potential in me, and that one day I'll be choking them out, and they'll have to jerk me off to get away. I don't think I get the point of fighting. But I think I'd get the point of reality TV shows. I like survival shows. I think it'd be all right at those. One of my favorites is The Show Alone. If you don't know what it is, you get the clothes on your back and then 10 items in a backpack. But the clothes on your back can be kind of flexible. You know, you can wear a bunch of layers of jackets or, well, I had this idea. I watched all 10 seasons. All 10 seasons. It's a survival show. No one thought to wear fishnets. Throw those in the water. Food on the first day. Or keep them on. Get creative. If you see like a deer or a bear out in the distance, keep those sexy legs going out behind a tree. Seduce the kill real close for a clean shot. I don't think I'd be able to kill a bear with a bow and arrow on that show. If it started attacking me like DiCaprio and the Reverend, I'd have to just start like jerking it off and hope it lets me go. Be a very original season run on that show. I think I will leave you guys with a little more information about myself. I don't like to wear helmets on my bicycle, and I don't like to wear seatbelts in the car. Because I know one day I will meet my maker the way my maker made me, in an accident with no protection. I'm just joking. It won't be an accident. I'm doing it on purpose. I've devised my own secret, unique suicide technique, which I call the jump shot. It's where I jump off a bridge and shoot myself in the head at the same time. It's the first jump shot, 100% chance of making in my life. I've been told folks who survive jumping off bridges often regretted it halfway down if they survived. I won't have that issue. I've also been told suicide is selfish, but mine won't be, because with the jump shot, you leave a fun murder mystery for your friends and family to solve. Because when you're shot and you fall off a bridge, they always assume somebody else did that. I don't leave suicide notes. I leave suicide clues. What's white, red, and dead all over? Me, and also my set. I'm done. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate this.
Where did this guy come from?
All right. Welcome to the show, man. Would you like a shot?
I would love a shot.
There you go.
Look at
He wants two.
I won't be doing two, no.
As long as you don't jerk us off.
Are you a local comedian? Are you local?
I'm Chattanooga.
Oh.
There we go.
We've had Coco Speaks and a couple other cats from Chattanooga.
Oh, they do? All right. So, Coco Speaks. Shit.
Yeah. Cheers, you guys.
How long you been doing comedy?
I've been doing comedy for spicy.
Breathe.
6 months.
6 months?
No shit.
Yeah, I'm fresh into it, but I'm hitting it hard.
Yeah, you're doing good.
That's pretty fucking natural up there, dude.
Thanks. I put in a lot of work, and there's a lot of good guys around Chattanooga who've given me great advice and have helped me get this far.
Chattanooga has a good scene.
You've got good timing. I mean, you've got, I don't know, just listening to you, got like a good personality up there and everything. I mean, you had a really good set, man. I mean, it's really good, especially for you being 6 months out. I mean, it seems
I thought you slam dunked everything, not to be very athletic, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I've never slam dunked in my life. Just missed a lot of jump shots.
You slam dunked up there, man.
Is this American Idol? I mean, are we judging this guy?
That's for the roast battle. That's for the roast battle.
Come on.
You're getting the going to California. Get the hell out of here. No.
So I told you guys that I had some shit going on in the backyard with the creature, right?
Oh, a long time ago, yeah.
Okay. So last night, yesterday morning, I get up before the sun rises up, and I usually make some coffee, and I sit out there with a joint. So I'm watching the news on my phone, smoking a joint, drinking my coffee, and there's this flashing going on, right? And in my peripheral. So I'm assuming it's my neighbor. He usually gets up around that time. So as I'm going to look around at my neighbor, I'm noticing it's at the property line right here. And just this bright fucking light, just seriously, right? So just flashing like a motherfucker. And then I see something moving in the light. I'm like, what in the fuck? And I can tell it's right at the property line. It's just lighting up this tree right over here. And I can see where the light's coming out on my neighbors. I mean, I can locate that it's like right here at the property line. And then right when I'm going to grab my fucking phone and everything, it stops. I look over, my dog is sitting right beside me. He's looking over at me like, what in the fuck was that? Right? So then I go to work and everything, and she's up and there. She texts me, and I was like, hey, by the way, have you noticed a flashing in the backyard? And she goes, yes. I was just expecting her to go say, you're fucking crazy. This is another monster you got back there. Which, by the way, there's a monster back there. Just saying. All right. And so, like, she's like, yes. And she described it. And she described exactly where the fuck it was. So it's like, all right, me and the dog are not fucking crazy.
Should.
So when I got home yesterday, when I got home, I fucking took my little head shears and I went. They're still sitting over there. I got my head shears. I went there and I head sheared a path to the tree to see if I could
brave enough to go where the monster was standing?
It's daylight, right?
Yeah.
So no, the thing tried to, like, he won't get me because he's already sized me up. Like the second time I saw him, it's like I know. You ever have that feeling like there's something behind you? And I look behind me and it's sitting there at the property line, sizing me up. If it was gonna get me, it was gonna come at me then, man. So it's like I wasn't scared, so I went down there and like looked all around. I found like an old like an oil filter and some other like little things, but I never saw anything that was like a device that would flash.
Yeah, okay. Was it sun reflection or was it something that, the
No,
flash?
dude, it was a serious, like, and it was dark. Like, the sun wasn't even up yet. Like, It was early. It was probably, like, maybe about 4:20 in the morning, something like that. And so it was...
He could just both
4:20. Right? Yeah. And I was high. So, like, every time I've seen something in the backyard, I was high. Like, when I seen the creature...
I see a common factor here.
Okay, so...
It's high every time.
Back a couple years back when I had my pit bull, I was watching my pit bull and I was smoking a fucking joint, and then this thing jumps out of the fucking property line. The boundary, there's all woods back here. It jumps out of the woods, and it looked like you ever see like a taxidermy form for like a deer?
Yeah.
So that's what it looked like. There was no form or anything. It was just kind of like the silhouette of a deer. There was no antlers or phone. It's like solid white. It jumps out, right? And my pit bull is fucking looking at this thing, and like I'm looking at this thing, and it's aggressive. It's just this. I can't tell if it has like white hair or white skin and just black eyes. And seriously, I mean, like when I tell people that, they think I'm bullshitting. I'm seriously not bullshitting. I don't know what it is. It's something. But like now there's like the flashing lights in the background. I've seen this thing like twice, and it's tried to attack my pit bull and my wolf. I have a husky in there, and it's tried to get my fucking husky.
You didn't throw anything at it?
No. So it runs. So I was, the second time I saw it when it was sizing me up, I was mowing the yard. And you know, you get that feeling that there's something behind. And I'm mowing the yard and I happen to look and it's just sitting there just looking at me, sitting on its ass like this, looking at me. And when it was like, all right, fuck it. And it fucked off. And I'm just like, Holy shit! And no one else has ever come to me and like, hey man, have you? I mean, you know.
That's your spirit animal.
So there's like
it's only manifesting in front of you.
But now the flashing light is fucking with me because what if it's like a portal to another dimension? And I've got these fucking things.
You got these things crawling over here.
Just go jerk him off. He'll be all right.
Yeah. I actually run a couple
You
shows.
jerked me off on mushrooms.
What?
Could I
Now,
put
literally
my,
nothing. His hand was all on my dick end. Fucking
love it. Plug whatever.
Yeah, I run Uncommon Comedy in Chattanooga. We do a bunch of pop-up shows. So follow me on Instagram, and if you guys are around town, I'd love to have anybody up at a mic if I got spots on showcases. Yeah.
I would love. Well, let's next spring.
Yeah, no, it's cool. When you guys are around, Chattanooga's out of the way
yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, I like
That's
Chattanooga.
a distance. Yeah.
I'll be there at some point.
I've
But
never
yeah.
been to like Dollywood or anything, so I mean, maybe just take the whole little trifecta, that whole little area.
Ah, the Tennessee Triangle.
Well, like when they closed down Opryland, they moved all those rides out there. So isn't like most of Opryland out there? Like Dollywood.
It's been so long
Pigeon
now. I'd
Forge?
say all that shit's obsolete.
I'm too black to go to Dollywood. I've never been to Dollywood.
I've never either. Did you ever go to Opryland though?
Yeah. I had season passes.
All the
man.
pictures I see you with
Yeah.
is white women with big tits, and
Of
blonde
course.
hair. He
I got
ain't been to
season passes.
Dollywood, the Mecca.
You better believe it.
All right, Marty.
Thank you
for coming out.
Thank you.
Definitely
Thank
come
you,
back
guys.
out. I've
I
got
would
some
love to. Yeah.
dates available left in the end of November, so definitely if you want to come back out, just let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll hit you up about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's Dead Jim. Yeah.
Is this good?
Ladies and gentlemen, Jaylen Brown. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey everybody. What's up? He's Dead Jim. Hey, everyone else sounds great. I really like your stuff, y'all. Happy to be here. Y'all make me feel so good whenever I come. So I just want to let something off my chest. We all know what a baby dog looks like a puppy. We all know what a puppy looks like. The tip of my penis has little hairs growing out of it, much like the tip of a puppy dog, but not. Yeah, it has a few wispies down there, but we can get into some jokes now. I really love it here. It's such a fun place, good atmosphere. Deliciously nothing. What do you call a wolf that doesn't know how to read a map? A werewolf! Say what you will. You can say what you will about the joke, but my logic is sound. That's exactly what you would call one of those things. But we get it. I'm not doing any magic. So imagine, if you will, that you're living with your grandma. You're living with grandma, helping out with groceries, helping out with rent, being a golden grandchild. Then one day, all out of the blue, grandma looks you in the eyes and she goes, "Get the fuck out of my house, you piece of shit!" Whoa. Grandma, did I forget to give you your medication? You're acting wild right now. At this point in time, you'd effectively be homeless. Tough spot. I don't know. If I was homeless, first thing I'd try to do is try to find a house. Houses are expensive. You're not going to be able to buy a house out of pocket all willy-nilly. You're going to need some support like most of us would. You're going to get on the internet, find your nearest home loan establishment. You find your nearest Quicken Loans, your nearest Title Max, I don't know. You walk inside, and to your surprise, what do you see sitting behind the desk but a wolf? That's weird. What do you call a wolf that sells home loans? A lone wolf, Rev, you got it. You got it. Hell yeah. But it seems like y'all are catching on. I'll switch gears. Do we like porn in here? Is this a porn crowd? Hell yeah, we like porn. Look, I like porn myself, not for any explicit reason. I like porn because it's inclusive. There's something for everybody on Pornhub, X Videos, XNXX, X Hamster, RedTube, Silver Cartoons. There's a whole bunch of sites. My favorite thing about porn, though, is the categories, because it's equally bountiful. It's like a smorgasbord or something. You got mature porn. Hell yeah. You got ebony porn, right? Y'all want to know my favorite porn category, though? The BBW porn. BBW, that big bad wolf porn, right? Yeah. Hell yeah, we got it. We got there. Hell yeah. I was in, something crazy happened to me. Well, I don't know. This is kind of a long story. Let's see. I was a real bad kid when I was growing up. I would always get in trouble, and because of that, my dad would beat my ass a whole bunch, and I had to figure out how to get that to stop happening. And then one day, I came up with this great idea. I was like, the next time my dad goes to beat me, I'm gonna look him in the eyes, and I'm gonna go, yeah, spank me, daddy. Reverse psychology, make him think I want it so he doesn't, and this would work all the way up until it didn't. One day, I was back talking to the teacher in class, and, she called home. Dad was like, you're going to get it when you get home. I was scared the whole day. Got home. He bust through the door, and I was like, I was nervous, but I was like, yeah, oh no, what are you going to do? You're going to spank me, Daddy? And he was like, yeah, go upstairs, go to your room, and take your pants off. He meant business this time. And so I'm so scared. He hadn't done that before. So in my haste, I was shivering. I was trying to take my pants off so fast, I took my pants and my underwear off at the same time. So I was in there bare ass. And so he busted through the room, he reared back to hit me, and then he looked down, he said, do you have little hairs growing out the tip of your penis? And then he didn't whoop me. It was a good day. But I think that's gonna be my time, y'all. Hell yeah, deliciously nothing.
Hello, sir. Would you like a shot?
I would.
All right.
Got you right there already.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
So how have you been since the last time we saw you, sir?
Oh, I've been real good. I've just been working and doing comedy. That's just been on the grind.
Working and doing comedy.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Remember what?
Oh, that's all good.
You been traveling?
No, but I'm supposed to be going to Alaska next year. That's when I'm gonna start traveling. Yeah, my friend has like a job on a boat doing tour guides and stuff. He offered, he was like, it should be fun. So I'm looking to go to Alaska.
Look at that, man.
It should be fun in Alaska. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I actually do want to go to Alaska too, but only because I sweat like a motherfucker. Here in the South,
he's still sweating.
I need somewhere cold and Canada won't have me because I'm old. Do you know they have a point system? Do you know you are rated by what type of human that you are in order to
rated
go?
by who though?
By the Canadians. So basically, there's a point system. In order to get over there, for a guaranteed ticket, you have to be a successful businessman. You have to be able to contribute rather than take away. If you go over there and then apply for food stamps or some shit, they don't want your ass. Yeah, they want people that are gonna be able to contribute to the society there. But you also have to be a certain age, and then the older you get, the more points you get. If you have criminal shit against you, that's points again. They literally have this point system of what kind of human you are, and then there's a point where you top out on points. Once you hit me, I'm 50 now, so there's no way in hell I could ever be a Canadian. I would love to be a Canadian. I can go and visit, but as far as living there,
this one here is expired.
Because it's free health insurance. They don't want you. They don't want to take care of you.
That is
he wants
exactly
a heart surgery.
Well, They actually do have. I mean, as much as people try to spin it and say that they have some fucked up system, you ask a Canadian, man, and they are afraid to come to the States without having that. They sign up for this extended insurance, so when they come here, that they're covered.
Already,
because. If they otherwise, I mean, they're like they would go bankrupt, and that's what the medical system is designed to do right now, is to keep people poor.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the hospital unless something bad's going on.
So I haven't had health insurance for the last 3 years just because it's gotten so expensive in Nashville. It's just like, I've got to offset that. So I haven't had it. Luckily, at 50, I haven't dropped dead yet. But, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, I think everyone deserves the health insurance in some way. I mean, I know we have, like, the Affordable Care Act, but we need to have universal health care, man. I mean, I guess I'm growing serious and shit.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
So, doing tours, there's a tour in Nashville called the Redneck Comedy Bus Tour. They want me to be on it. I'm like, wait a minute now. Wait, is that a joke?
Are you the only black dude?
Yeah, so there's other comedians that do it. They do a great job at it. But like,
other black comedians?
No.
Oh.
They said, Monty, you should
Dude, just put on some coveralls and just go fucking do it.
No. So you are easily digestible to the white community.
You know what? I said, I'll be doing a tour from the back of the bus. Is that what
We're going to use service some old ladies.
They've seen your Facebook.
I can't sit down nowhere on the bus. Is that what y'all trying to say? But no, that was good. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have any tour dates? Do you have any dates coming up you're gonna do?
I have a Don't Tell on October 23rd.
Hey, tell us about these Don't Tells.
Yeah.
Are these like last minute things where like if you like buy, do you buy a ticket for this or is this a free show?
You can. I believe you can buy it. You can pay.
So it's paid. And then, is it like a last minute thing where they tell you where this place is?
I think it is last minute. It's like day of.
You get a text and they're like, show's gonna be at Jimmy's Lasagna House at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, right. Like that. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the logistics, like how it actually happens, but it's something like they don't know until the day of.
Okay, so that's more like I was wondering.
Yeah.
Right on. So I guess that's now as far as the entertainment. Like, so if you're booked for this, do you know where you're playing? Unless it's.
I guess that'll depend on like the person who's booking it.
Yeah.
Do
you know who's booking it?
Yeah, Jonathan Silver is the guy who got me on.
Man, that'd be a crazy way to just show up somewhere.
But there isn't
a like the right place.
He did one at a Subway one time.
I was gonna ask Drew about that.
Yeah.
Have you done one at a Waffle House?
Not yet.
So that's a thing, though, right? Have you seen that?
I haven't seen. No, I haven't seen.
No. It's the thing. It's like people are doing all these like stand-ups. Like I guess they're open mics at Waffle House. It's crazy.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, they just find a corner of the fucking restaurant, just do a set.
I think it's a great idea to like tone down the drunks, or it could make things worse.
Yeah, Waffle House has some crazy energy. Like,
I'm sure it's late at night. It ain't during the day.
I think if Kid Rock shows up, you probably should not do a stand-up set.
I would definitely do it. That's just me.
All right. Well, hey, Jaylen, I do appreciate you coming out, man.
Thanks for
you
having
are a returning champ. We got a few spots left over in November, so definitely come back, man. All right, one more time for Jaylen Brown. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's Dead Jim.
Yeah.
returning champ, Big fucking Fripp.
Yeah.
Cool. I like how you said that, man. That was cool, man. That's kind of sexy. Give it up for him, man. You know, actually, I love this podcast, man. You guys like my favorite people in Nashville, man. That's cool. Can we also clap it up for my drug dealer? He got me feeling real good. He said, give it up for Big fucking Fripp. I stood up and started clapping. I was like, yeah. You ever been so high you thought you was going to die? That's where I'm at right now. Like, I was outside smoking. I was rubbing my chest. I felt 2 lumps. I said, oh, shit, I got cancer. It was just my nipples. You ever been so high you had to call out of work? Fucking difficult, man. I called my boss. I was like, hey, due to some unforeseen circumstances, I ain't going to be able to come in today. She said, sir, you are an Uber driver. You don't have to call us, just don't drive. I was like, okay, gotcha. I like to smoke weed and watch TV. Any Game of Thrones fans? Game of Thrones? Yeah. Y'all want to hear a dirty Game of Thrones joke? Cool. Check it. My dick is like a Game of Thrones dragon. Ask me why.
Why?
Because white women always riding it. And sometimes it burns people. My car engine light came on the other day, and it made me realize getting your car checked is the same as getting tested for STDs. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I really need to get this fixed, but do I really want to know what's wrong with it? And it's the same type of conversations, right? You get there, and it's like, sir, what seems to be the problem? It's like, well, I'm no expert, but I don't think this leak should be happening. So I'm married. Here's the thing about women I didn't know till I got married was the questions, right? Like, women ask the most random questions at the most random times. The other day we was watching Taken with Liam Neeson, right? In the middle of the movie, my wife looks at me, she says, hey, if I was ever taken by some kidnappers, would you come save me? I said, bitch, I'm scared of roaches. You know what I'm saying? It's stressful, man. Like, it's cool being married and all that, but sometimes it gets stressful. She say I villainize her a lot, right? She'll be like, what you trying to say I'm hard to deal with? What you trying to say I'm stressful? I'm like, all I'm saying is when I was single, I had a hairline. It's like as soon as I said I do, my hairline said I can't, and it just started fading. We got a daughter. I don't pull out, so we just got one. I put together a little trampoline for her, right, little small ones. Before she got on, I said, baby, do you want daddy to test it out to make sure it's safe? She said, daddy, but the box say the weight limit is 400 pounds. I said, baby, your daddy is not 400 pounds. She said, nigga, you're close. Then she started jumping, and the whole thing fell apart, and I said, look at God. You know what I'm saying? All right, last one. This is a dirty joke. Y'all want to hear a dirty joke? This is real dirty. Okay, y'all asked. Okay. I asked my wife, we was out drinking the other day. We was drinking some wine. Any y'all know if y'all wine drinkers, right? You know, wine make you want to do some freaky shit. You know, my wife, she looked up at me. She said, hey, tonight I want to play out a sexual fantasy of mine. I was like, okay, we can do that. Well, what is your sexual fantasy? Wait, this is going on YouTube, right? I just thought about this. Am I clear? You we'll never monetize later. Okay, all right. She looks at me. She says she wants to do a sexual fantasy. I said, okay, well, what's your sexual fantasy? My wife looks at me and tells me that she has a rape fantasy. Same reaction I had. I didn't know what to say, so I just kept drinking my wine and drinking my wine, drinking my wine. Next thing you know, I woke up butt naked in the hospital. Guys, I'm Big Fripp. Thank you.
All right. Come sit down with us, man. How the fuck have you been? Would you like a shot, sir?
Sure, of course.
It's been too long, man. Too long.
Yeah, it has, man. How you guys been?
We're good.
Doing good.
Cool.
More importantly, how have you been?
I've been good. I've been living, learning, growing.
You look good, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Dude, I mean, honestly, look like you lost 50 pounds, bud.
I keep gaining. The thing, I'm losing it, then I find it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it comes and goes.
I throw the clothes away, then I go right back in the store. Like, y'all still got those?
Awesome.
Yeah, everything's cool, man. How you guys been?
Horny.
We've been good, man.
No,
we've been picking up some real momentum here lately. The shows have been running great. Our run times are like 3 hours now, man. It's fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's dragging.
That's the beauty of things right now, where it's like you have an idea and you just grow it organically. You know what I'm saying? You find a community of people who rock out with you, and you just keep rocking.
Well, the great thing about this is that we haven't really had to push. There has been a flow. We've been supporting the community. The community has been supporting us. It's just one of those things where it's just like it is organic, like you said. I really enjoy the community that everyone has been building here lately, and it's really showing. I mean, everyone is very vibrant.
Fun and supportive. That's the way I look at it.
That's the big thing, is just support. I mean, you really see everyone supporting one another. I mean, there are the cliques and everything, but for the most part, everybody is sharing everyone's flyers, and at least, I mean, the best thing that anyone can do is, like, if you know somebody or if you follow anybody, man, like, subscribe, anytime that everyone's scrolling Facebook now, man. If everyone could just, like, if you're following somebody, like their shit, man. I mean, put a heart on there. I mean,
help each other.
I'm bored at work at my fucking lunch break, not doing fucking shit, and I'm putting a heart on. I don't give a fuck who it is.
He's giving his heart out.
I'm putting a heart on everything. Everything I see, there's a heart or a like. But I mean, I'm just. I mean, I don't even give a fuck if I even really like the person. I'm still, supporting it.
Yeah, that's important, especially when you put out content, because you want to. I see a lot of people like, oh, you don't like it, but it's like, do you like those? You know what I'm saying? Do you like them? Do you like their posts is what I'm saying.
Well, if you're scrolling, if you're doing anything, especially now where Facebook, you can monetize on Facebook, which is insane. But I mean, anytime that you can support somebody, especially with someone that you fucking know, man. I mean, if you've seen them, you like them, there's somebody that you like. I mean, definitely. I mean, the best thing you can do, and the easiest thing you can do, is just hit the like button, hit the little heart on there.
Build the algorithms. Algorithms is such a thing now.
This is how people are starting to earn money now. I mean, you're getting to that point, like that first episode of fucking Dark Mirror, where everyone is a fucking content creator. They just sit in a room creating content.
Well, somebody's still got to go to work.
I think it's going to be kind of like that. You're going to have the creatives, and they're going to be like Dark Mirror, where it's going to be kind of like not so much where it's going to be streamlined that, but then you're going to have people like say like to have a IQ of under 80 that are going to be like the servants. You're going to see this like there is going to be another, like, it's going to be a corporate slavery. We already have it. We have it. We have a corporate slavery, but you're going to see more of that. We have people
more forceful, like
we have you're going to see people. You're going to see people with like a higher intelligence wind up being content creators, digital celebrities,
creating AI.
Well, I see this shit all the time. Like
the AI is going to. Let's not even get on to AI.
You go look at a friend, and somebody's on your friends list, and it's like, oh, they're a digital creator now. Yeah, it's like you just sit at the house.
Everybody's a podcaster or digital
creator.
I think the next wave is going live. That's the.
Well, that's the thing. I think everybody's like, it already is. It's like, dude, there are people that will do nothing but like they'll sleep with a camera. They'll do their makeup in full fucking makeup and sleep with a camera on them. And there's people that watch. It's insane. It's like there's I was wanting to promote this show on this the platform called Kick. And it's a streaming service.
Yeah.
But looking on the people that are on it, there are literally people that they're doing their face in full makeup, and they just live on this channel all day long and have it streaming live to the point where they're sleeping with the camera on their face while they're sleeping.
They're
And there's views. There's live people watching it right then. There's 800 people watching you sleep. What the fuck? It's crazy.
There's like 800 Michael Myers motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's the weird part, right? I mean, well, it's kind of like not the motivational part, but it's like there's something out there for everybody.
Income.
Yes,
that they're finding their way to not have to work. If you can sleep all day with a camera on you, or go to like a 40-hour fucking job and have to fucking listen to somebody.
I'm sleeping on camera.
Right? Yeah.
With the shirt off.
Right.
Sure. Fuck. He's going. Big Fripp's going nips out, yo.
Come catch these nipples. Don't catch these nipples.
What's your upcoming gigs, man?
Well, like the last gentleman said, I'm doing a Don't Tell out in Alabama next month.
Right on.
I'm doing an improv show and a sketch show in October. Right now, that's all I got so far.
Right on.
That's still busy.
Yeah.
Well, dude, we're fucking happy as shit that you fucking came out, man.
I appreciate
I'm glad
you
that you're
guys
safe
having
with
me,
the wreck on the interstate. Hey, did you see it? Was it a bad one?
No, I didn't see it. It was like right before that Hardin
lane or whatever.
The
Hardwood
exit.
lane. Yeah. But
That-
it was
that's so
bad. Yeah. No, what's worse, my navigator told me to go, like where to go, but I was like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And then I ran into the traffic.
So,
I was like, ah.
I do that all the time, and every time it's just, and she's just like, I told you to listen to the GPS.
I told you where to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time to Big Fripp. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's Dead Jim. Ladies and gentlemen, return champ, Mikah Stuible. Yeah.
All right, thanks for having me. Keep it going for He's Dead Jim. Thank you. I requested that song. I was like, play something spooky. Let him know you got a spooky ass bitch coming up. Let him know. Yeah, it's the first day of fall. It's fall, y'all. I'm really happy to be here. I like Antioch. I don't know if you guys rep Antioch. I like repping Antioch. It's not as, I live in East Nashville. It's not as gentrified over here. I think you'll know it's really gentrified once that Carniceria on Lynbar Drive becomes a vape shop. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's just got like smoke. It's got like the most crazy smoker. This is extremely niche. This joke is, but yeah, it smells phenomenal. But we'll know that it's gentrified when that becomes a vape shop, and then they're gonna keep the smoker. It's just gonna be smell like cotton candy or whatever. So I'm Mikah. I'm an anarchist. Thank you. But more importantly, I'm a mom. Thank you. And for a person who does not believe in hierarchies, I'm pretty strict, actually. I'm like, you go be ungovernable out here, not at the dinner table. I do like being a mom. I have 3 kids, which is great because that's the maximum number of children you're allowed to have as a white woman before you have to start homeschooling. I'm guessing we have a lot of. Do we have millennials in here? We have millennials. What's interesting about being a millennial right now is some of us are approaching midlife crisis age, but we're not. We don't have like enough money for a traditional midlife crisis. We have to choose between like homesteading and polyamory. Like, no one's getting a Corvette. We're just getting, like, a conversion van with 8 car seats. Like, that's what we're getting. So I'm married, and I'm not like other comics. I love my family. You know, like, I listen to a lot of older, especially, like, older dude comics, and they're always, like, talking shit about their wives, talking shit about their kids. Like, I love my husband. I love my kids. Like, this is Tennessee. I hate the government. I will say I've been married. I'm happily married. One of my close friends recently got divorced, but I'm glad she got divorced because I mean we're all millennials, so we know like in the 90s, like if your dad just like didn't beat you, he was like a pretty good dad, like right. And if you were raised religious, he just didn't have to beat you much. And he'd be like a pretty good dad, but dads should like do stuff now, I think. So my friend's husband was not doing shit, and she divorced him, and she's like, I'm ready to date, but she has no social media. She's like not online at all. So I'm like, you're not going to be able to do the valuable research you need to do to not get murdered. So I join all the like girl run and like all the like are we dating the same guy groups on Facebook. I have not seen anyone here tonight on there. Everybody relax. We're killing it. But so I'm on there and it's very depressing, but it's also very hilarious because girls will like post a picture of a dude and they'll be like, hey, this is Anthony. Any red flags? And I'm like, girl, there are 3 red flags in the picture. Like, they'll post a picture on there and they'll be like, hey, is this guy like loyal? Like, and he'll have a Confederate flag belt buckle on. I'm like, girl, he's not even loyal to the Union. Oh, I think he might still be into his ex. Yeah, he is into his ex, the Confederacy. What is going on? It's crazy to be a mom. I realized the other day, I got kind of pissed off because I realized, like, we always say, oh, this doctor delivered your baby, which is not the term I would use because, okay, if I'm going to have a baby, like, I have sex with a dude, which is not zero work. You know, maybe I was on top, probably not, but, you know, I've done that before, like, it's possible. And then I have to, like, read all the books, take all the vitamins, like, do all the stuff, and I go to the hospital, I have to do all the pushing and everything, and then, like, this dude shows up at the end, and they're like, Dr. Smith delivered your baby. Like, that's not fair. I don't, like, sign for a package and say I delivered the package. I was there at the end. What I'm saying is people with uteruses deliver the babies. Because I don't think they could do it without us, right? Although I was thinking that's probably like the next, they probably will figure out how to do it, like lab-grown babies. Like that's the next Beyond Meat thing, right? So I do work with a lot of dude comics, and a lot of times they like to complain about marriage. So I do have a tip for guys who don't like marriage. Don't fucking ask us then. You know, like 9 times out of 10, y'all started this shit, you know? Like, and I understand people make mistakes, but I've never, like, tripped, fallen on one knee, and said, like, would you make me the happiest man in the world, Ashley? You know, I've never accidentally bought anyone a diamond. I'll tell you right now. If you have to sign, like, a payment plan, like, you've thought this shit through. But I will say women fuck up a lot when it comes to marriage, obviously. Like, I was at my friend's the other day, and she was like, did you know David can't even change a diaper? And I'm like, well, kind of sounds like you fucked up. You know? And I'm not against making a guy change a diaper in front of you before you let him hit it bareback. Like, we should probably do that at weddings. Like, people don't like this garter toss thing. Like, let's push some of these banquet tables together and separate the boys from the men. That's what we need to do. It's weird to be a parent right now. Probably because all the porn in the whole world that's ever been made is on a tiny computer in everybody's pocket all the time. That may be making it weird. And I think it's just because I'm old school, because I'm like, when I was a kid, all the porn came from the woods. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like, you would go to 7th grade and some boy would be like, I found a Playboy in the woods. And we would be like, again? Like, does the tree have a subscription? What's going on? And I'm outdoorsy, you know, and I read recently that squirrels never find like 90% of the nuts that they had. So I'm assuming what nuts are to squirrels, old issues of penthouses were to all of our uncles in the 90s. I think that's what happened with that. So my kids are getting older, and I recently found out that middle school is when boys start asking girls for nudes. And I have 3 daughters, so guess who's getting a landline? Me. Hope you got a fax machine, you little bitch. Hope you've been training as a sketch artist for a detective. I hate little boys now. I will say I have a good spread. I have some older kids and some younger kids, and some are definitely in the, like, they just say hilarious things and ask crazy questions all the time stage. And the other day, my daughter said, hey, Mom, how come you always have to go work out, but Daddy never does? And I was like, okay, first of all, give me a little tiny high five. We call that a sick burn. But I can see how that doesn't seem fair, but there's, like, things that aren't fair for Daddy either. Like, Daddy writes songs about how beautiful Mommy is. Mommy goes on stage, makes fun of Daddy. And Mommy can say anything she wants. Daddy writes one song about a blonde lady. Mommy's leaving forever. And Daddy owns a business with a lot of young, hot employees, and Mommy figures an ounce of intimidating 20-year-olds is worth a pound of burning someone's house to the ground. 'Cause Mommy's got priors. And I think that's going to be all for me for tonight. Appreciate y'all.
All right. Would you like a shot?
No.
I didn't think so.
I'm probably.
All right. I'm probably not going to have a shot on this one, too. Yeah, definitely. So how have you been since the last time we saw you?
I've been really good. How have you guys been? It's nice to be back.
We've been good. We've been good.
I as well took the phones away from my daughters.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know either. I was just like, I never would have thought of such a thing as a 6th grader or a 7th grader. Like 9th
We
grade.
just weren't given the opportunity.
Yeah, we didn't have like slotting phones or touch phones or whatever back then. Yeah. We had like the little Nokias where it's like.
When I was in high school, we had
terrible text.
T9. That was called T9. Remember that? You had to hit like the.
Oh yeah, and you had to like hit it like 3 times to get to the H.
Yeah.
And then you had to hit like 3 or 4 times to get to the I and be like, hi.
You used to go places with all you needed was your atlas.
Yeah.
You like now it's like.
My printed out MapQuest directions.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that you're married, 3 kids, and you're here.
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me to a place.
Daddy's at
I'm
home
happy.
watching the kids.
Right.
Actually,
I gotta get the fuck out of the house.
Actually, my mom, my kids are at my mom's house for a sleepover, and my mom lives in Antioch, so
Wow, there
I
you go.
represent.
Yeah.
I'm poor. I was like cute enough to get out, to like move to East Nashville.
That's awesome. I love
East
these
Nashville is
bars.
coming up in the world.
The bars and clubs over there, awesome.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good. You can get to shows fast.
There you go.
Good places to eat. Expensive as fuck, but you can get a $10 coffee.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It's true, yeah.
It actually truly is delicious. If you're buying a $10
Well, they better
coffee.
have like my name and a heart in it or something.
Some kind of design.
They better have the whole Care Bear lineup in there, motherfucker.
So, what are your upcoming gigs?
I'm performing at the Lipstick Lounge. They have a really good show in November, so that'll be the 24th, I believe. It's like the 4th Friday of the month, and people should follow me because I do a bunch of anarchist mommy stuff on the internet.
That sounds interesting, actually.
I do a lot of like how to grow food and like, you know.
So you wasn't
shit.
joking about the homestead and all that stuff, right?
Oh no, I have like 11 chickens. I grow a bunch of
Have you
our
not
own
seen her
food.
video?
In East Nashville.
Yeah, in
She's
East
like this,
Nashville.
she's out there with the chickens and the garden and all that other shit. Yeah. that's what-
Wow.
I'm trying to be like Martha Stewart of like the collapse.
There you go. There you go.
Post-apocalypse Martha
I'm
Stewart.
like gonna be like, society's crumbling, but I cooked up a radish for you.
Of- Are you guys?
Drew knew I was gonna
Are you
get
guys
on.
fans of the Flintstones?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate it. Yeah.
So, do you guys feel that the Flintstones was like from the past, or are the Flintstones post-apocalyptic?
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Hey, so, like, as a child,
Don't the Jetsons go there?
Okay, so
Yeah.
this
So
is the
that's,
thing. There's supposed to be this, and I remember seeing as a kid, but I was a child, so I don't remember much. You know, I mean, the shows were in the '60s and shit, right? I probably saw it in syndication when I was fucking, 9 or something. So there's a crossover where the Jetsons and the Flintstones are supposed to meet. Now, Elroy, who is the son of, he's the young Master Jetson. Anyway,
Wait, is his name Elron?
Elroy.
Elroy. I was like Elron Hubbard.
So you never know. He creates a time machine, and apparently the time machine doesn't take them to the future, but it takes them to the past, right?
Yeah.
And they meet the Flintstones. They're like, oh, it's the Stone Age and everything. But they're saying, no, they actually did go to the future, but the future is post-apocalyptic. That's how come you see, like, the Flintstones, and they have all these remnants of what used to be.
Yeah.
But the number one thing, they go on the reasons of all the different, that they still have technology, but they're not exactly, they're like a civilization that moved into where a civilization used to be.
Still had bowling.
But they celebrate Christmas. Now, if they celebrate Christmas, that means that they take place after the time of Christ. So that whole deal with them with the Christmas tree and everything. So basically, if you knew what the Jetsons are, the Jetsons live in a cloud city. And they're saying, because of what's actually going on, that they didn't actually go into the future, that the time machine didn't actually work, that the Jetsons and the Flintstones live simultaneously, where the Jetsons live in the cloud city, and they live on the rubble of the post-apocalyptic Earth, with the remnants of where Earth used to be. So they live simultaneously.
Wow.
The Jetsons just took a vacation to the surface of the Earth.
Yeah.
You smoke too much.
I
No, it all makes sense, man. I saw the dots, the lines, and the dots.
You guys know that famous quote that's like, I don't know what weapons World War III will be fought with, but I know that World War IV will be
Einstein.
fought with sticks and stones. And you know who said that? Mr. Frederick Flintstone.
She went by his government name.
So what do you think about the Jonestown massacre?
Oh shit!
I have been
Is this the
like
Kool-Aid
researching cults a lot, but I don't know.
What is that?
Why is that like a white girl
Well,
thing?
like it was a CIA experiment. I think you said you hated the government.
Oh,
like MK Ultra.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
more of an MK Ultra girl.
Okay, good. There you go.
Are you
Thank
into
you,
psychedelics?
Thank you. Oh Lord, we're gonna be talking for like an hour. I think we talked a little bit last time about psychedelics and helping with like depression and stuff like that.
Anxiety.
And, yeah, how important that is.
It's very important.
Yeah, I don't think that it was right for the CIA to just randomly dose a ton of people with acid. For the record.
Yeah,
So
well,
there
first
is
guy ever.
there's
torture
several
people.
really good documentaries out right now. So if you have like Netflix or Tubi and shit like that, there's some really great documentaries on it, and like some of them go into some real detail where they go into the interviewing the people like they're now and how they are now.
Well, good. I got
after
so
all this.
tired of everything like History Channel, Hitler this, Hitler that.
Oh,
It's
this
like, why are we
Week,
praising
the Shark
fucking
Week,
Hitler
Hitler
so
Week?
much?
People love
Fuck
World War
Hitler.
II. I'm surprised that there aren't people that are reenacting World War II like they did
I'm
the
sure
Civil
they are
War.
somewhere.
Yeah, they did the Civil War.
Somewhere.
But then you have someone that go out in the field and they're reacting to the Nazis versus the English.
the Civil War.
Oh,
They do it with video
They're not
games.
doing a lot of other, but they're not doing a lot of live reenactments of wars in
Oh,
general.
there's
Civil.
one.
Have you ever seen a Civil War
They're trying
reenactment?
to do another one. They like.
We
they
should do a
love
World War
this
II
thing.
reenactment. We should do a DMP presents a World War II enactment. Get as many comedians as we can, many musicians, and we all dress up as Nazis and fucking the Allies. Maybe not. Maybe
No,
we
bad ideas.
Bad idea.
His heart was in the right place.
Somebody go crop dust the whole crowd.
Not crop dusting, no. All right, hey, thank you very much for coming out.
Thank you.
Yes, and did we get to your upcoming gigs?
November 24th.
Yes.
Lipstick Lounge.
Lipstick
Yep.
Lounge.
Right on. All right, thank you for coming
Thanks a
out.
lot.
One more time, Micah! Woo!
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's Dead Jim.
Who here's been drinking tonight?
There's booze here.
Who's gonna drink even more tonight?
Hopefully us.
This song's called The Alcoholic's Anthem. I'm older than I used to be. Now I'm older still. And the only sounds that I can truly say I love are the sounds of slamming shot glass and rain against my windowsill. I'm on Icarus with wings of whiskey and For me, I'll take bourbon or brandy. That's my modus operandi. I'll take vodka or vermouth to refill my little glass fountain of you. I'm an Icarus with wings of whiskey, an Icarus with whiskey wings, an Icarus with wings of whiskey, an Icarus. With me, I've got away with words. I've got away with women. I've got another bottle in the kitchen if you'd like to help me to untie the ribbon. I'm an Icarus with wings of whiskey, an Icarus with whiskey wings, an Icarus with wings of whiskey, an Icarus whiskey. pour me another, pour me a drink, and I'll pour one for you, my friend, my brother, pour me. Pour me a drink, pour me another, pour me a drink, and I'll pour one for you, my friend, my brother.
Holy shit. You guys are by far one of my favorite bands that have come on. I mean, you guys are fucking solid.
brought it.
Yeah, you guys are great. I love your time changes and your shifts and everything. I mean, you guys are fucking awesome.
Thank you.
I'm definitely a fan. Yeah, you guys are great. And you guys got a badass name too, man. All right.
You're both cool.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment that we have all been fucking waiting for. The one, the only, Drew motherfucking Davis.
Here we are. We're doing it. We're telling jokes. We got awesome music. I love Deliciously Nothing podcast. Thank you so much for having me back. It's always fun. I've really enjoyed your all's band, your music. The backstory has had me thinking. I mean, I decided a year ago I left full-time ministry to become a stand-up comedian, and today I'm leaving stand-up comedy, become a detective, and I'm figuring out who killed their Uncle Jim, and I'll let you guys know I already figured it out. Midway. I don't half-ass anything. I go right into it, right? And midway into your all's musical set, you sang a song about killing a guy. I knew it. So the girl drummer is the one who killed their uncle. I just say girl drummer, not because I'm sexist, because at one point there was a boy drummer, all right? They get it. So anyway, that's my theory. I think the ashes are in one of the drums. I think it's going to be a great murder mystery. And then at the end of the season, it's going to turn out that Uncle Jim is still alive, and she covered it up, and she's helping him, and it's actually Marty who had a failed attempt at a headshot. So you're welcome. Anyway, subscribers, if you want to give us your best idea of which band member killed Jim, we'd love to hear you. It can be one of the band members, or it can be one of the comedians, or it's probably Reverend. He's like, I got the monster, finally! Can't lie to me about Flintstones. I have an interesting relationship with the Flintstones because, a lot of people, okay, so I should back up and say, in the comedy world, they say everyone has an overdose story. Like, you sit around open mics sharing your overdose stories. And I don't know if you look at me, you're like, man, he must have a great overdose story. I really don't. I'm not a drug guy. I'm just not, because when I was in 5th grade, I did, in fact, overdose on chewable Flintstone vitamins. I don't know if this makes it any better, but just the orange ones. Those are my favorite. And I gotta say, for a 5th grader, I was a pretty good drug addict. Up until the OD part, I was killing it. I would every day, I'd go downstairs and my mom would be making breakfast because I did have parents that loved me, or at least half of them did. But she'd leave to go make her bed at the same time every day, and that's when I would pour out a bunch of vitamins, take like 12 orange ones, dump a few into the garbage disposal so that like it didn't just seem like and then she'd always like when I'd be like, oh yeah, we're running low on vitamins, she's like, those seem like they like you'd think there's more in the box than what comes out. And I'm like, I know, it's crazy, it's inflation or something, I don't know. And everything bloody was coming out of all ends, and so they had to pump my stomach. They figured out it has an increased citric acid. So since then, I've never taken drugs or vitamins. I think I'm good on vitamins. Yeah. All that to say, I really appreciate y'all's band. I am a fellow musician as well. In fact, back in my day in high school, I was a lead guitar player for a punk rock Christian praise and worship band. I'll give you guys a minute, though. That's a lot of words to put together. And the worst part is I don't know if you're like, man, you must pick up all the women when you play a guitar. And for the viewers at home, if you don't know what a guitar is, it's a guitar, or it's a keyboard shaped like a guitar. And what's super sexy is when you have to explain an instrument to the woman you're hitting on. Like that, they love that. And the worst part is I thought it was the sexiest thing ever. I remember bragging about it at church camp. Me and a fellow camper would like the same girl. It seemed like she'd be more into him, so he'd be like, I don't know, man, I think she just likes me better. And I remember distinctly in 7th grade being like, yeah, but you wait till she hears my guitar solo at worship night. She's gonna change her mind. And you all, after worship night, let me tell you, 2 years later, she became a lesbian. So I think I kind of won that. But And people always ask me, we didn't have as cool of a name as you guys. I wish we had a cool name, because when people ask me what was your punk rock Christian praise and worship band's name, it was four fellas, and we named our band Vertical Motion. We were thinking like, yeah, because we're all going to heaven. It was so innocent. You might as well have called us the Virgin Marys. Like really, like it was that would be a more fitting name. But I'm from Brentwood, Tennessee. I wasn't the only musical superstar in 2006 to leave Brentwood, Tennessee. Kesha also went to high school with me. Pop singer, pop punk, not punk, but Kesha. Do you think I ever come up in conversation when they talk about how awesome Kesha is? Like, do you think they're like, yeah, our school we had Kesha in 2006, but you know what else we also had? We also had the lead guitar player for Vertical Motion. I think. Gosh, can you imagine me, the music teacher in Brentwood? She wakes up in the morning feeling like a failure. That's my only mean Kesha joke I have. Actually, I like Kesha's music. I used to, and that's an old joke because this is back when Kesha was a culturally relevant musical superstar, and I would always have this fear that people would get offended by me doing my Kesha joke. And in my mind, it was always like bachelorette young ladies, like a mob of Taylor Swift fans coming at me after the show. But one time at a show, I really did offend a Kesha fan. But it was not who I expected. At the end of the show, the largest man I've ever seen with like a big old beard. Like he looked like he just came down from a mountain after, and he comes up to me, he's like, hey, I gotta tell you something. I'm like, bro, you can tell me whatever you want. I agree. And yeah. And he pulls out his flip phone, because this is an old joke. He pulled out his flip phone and he shoves it in my face. And on his flip phone, there's a picture of him and Kesha, both at a Kesha concert, both dressed up as Kesha. And he's like, does this look like a failure to you? I was like, I mean, she doesn't, but... And then he killed me, and I wish a band would form to solve my murder, is really what I wish that would happen, but no such luck. Vertical Motion's already broken up. It's funny that we thought we were a Christian punk band. Like, what does that even look like? Like, Christianity is like, stick those hands up high and worship the Lord. Punk is like, stick it to the man. So we were like, stick up them braze hands, yo. I did check in once I started writing these jokes. I checked in and see what the rest of my bandmates were doing. Most interesting one to note is one of them is in jail currently for stabbing his wife, which I think we can all agree is the most punk thing to do. So he finally got it right in a very wrong way. So It's been about a year since I've been, or several months since I've been here. I've always appreciated Deliciously Nothing podcast. Though when I first moved back to Nashville after leaving ministry, they were kind of the first group to let me get kind of a Friday gig at the time. We're Saturday now, but I appreciate that. A lot's changed since then, right? So I was, for my new friends over here, I was a youth pastor from 19 to 35. So in the years you're supposed to do the stupid things in life, I was telling kids, don't do the stupid things in life, right? So this past year, man, I've been living it up. I've been going crazy, been just going wild. And I did something very wild a couple weeks ago for me. I went to Hooters for the first time. Yeah. This is the audience for these jokes. I always wonder, but as soon as I walk into this room, I'm like, no, they're like, let's go to Hooters after the show. Like that's this room. And I gotta say, listen, I didn't mind it. I didn't realize that young, attractive women handing me wings was checking off all kinds of boxes that I didn't know I had. And I feel like some of you, well, not this room. I was gonna say I feel like some of you are judging me for liking Hooters, but you guys are liking me better, is what's happening. But when I do these jokes in front of other people, sometimes I feel very judged, and so I just let them know, like, hey, I'm a 36-year-old single guy that lives in his mom's basement. I am Hooters demographic. Like, if I go to Hooters and complain to management, they go back to corporate and say, we gotta fix something. It's not working yet. It's funny. And I realized when I was at Hooters that I was not the creepiest person there, right? So I go in and I sit down, this guy at a table over, it's like, hey, you come here often? And I'm like, let's keep the relationship professional. This is weird. And he wasn't the creepiest person at Hooters either. This was the creepiest person at Hooters. Maybe you've seen one when you've gone to Hooters. Odds are one of you in this room is one of them, honestly. But this guy walks in. He's like, is Heather working tonight? Can I be in her section? That is so creepy. Look, all I'm saying is if you're a guy that comes into a Hooters and asks for a waitress specifically by name so you can just watch her, you're closer to your Netflix special than I am. That's very true. So I'll leave you guys with this thought process of I'm not going to ask you all because it'd take forever, but we've all had weird dates, right? We've all had weird dates. Yeah, nod your head if you have weird dates. Live stream people, nod your heads if you're on a weird date right now. You can look at her and be like, yeah, this is a weird date. This is it. We decided to get together and watch the Deliciously Nothing live stream, and now this guy's really calling us out on our method of love. Okay, it's fine. This is the second weirdest date I've ever been on, but to tell you the weird part, I'm going to tell you what actually happened, and then I'll tell you what happened from my perspective, okay? So what actually happened was the end of the night, it was the second date, and I go in and I kiss her. And in the moment of our lips locking, she realizes she's still madly in love with her ex-boyfriend. So she unlocks the lips, and then when the date's over, she calls him, and they get back together, and they got married, and they have 2 beautiful kids, and it's a really loving story now, like many years in the future. But that's not what I saw. What I saw was I went in for the kiss, and our lips locked. And when they unlocked, she had tears streaming down her face. And she said, I can't do this anymore. And she left my car. Every man here, maybe women as well, has wondered, am I a bad kisser? When you bring tears to their eyes, you're like, I'm a freaking awesome kisser, is what I am. But here, I wish that was the end of the story, just an uncomfortable date, but I struggle with people pleasing. I can never say no, and she knew that. So a few weeks later, she calls me up. She says, hey, I know you're an ordained pastor. We're getting married. Do you think you could officiate our wedding? And what I should have said was like, no, but I didn't want to upset her. And also, maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe I'm a rebound post-wedding guy. I don't know. So I say, sure. I'm officiating their wedding. I don't know if you've ever officiated your girlfriend's wedding, ex-girlfriend, and there's that point where you say, does anyone see any reason why these two shouldn't be together? And you're like the only one raising your hand. That's what it felt like. It ended fine, and I know I love it when there's like, I love it when you're at a wedding and it's a good marriage. You know they're gonna be fine. But let's be honest, we've all been to those weddings where when the pastor's like, till death do us part, you're like, it's not gonna take that long. Well, on that cheery note, let's say that's the end of the set.
Come sit down.
Yes.
All right.
Taking shots?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll do a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna hate it, but it's part of the experience.
Yeah, you had 3 more hairs on your chest. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
I don't have that problem.
All right, to Drew Davis.
All right.
All right.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
So yes, I was giving you your flowers before the show, man. I've seen you grow. I've seen you progress, and I think it's awesome.
Thank you.
So yeah, go from what you've been doing, but now you're everywhere. Everywhere. I'm like, just do this somewhere else.
Yeah.
Another state, another city.
I love it.
Keep
Keeps
going.
busy.
He drove 7 hours just to get here.
Just to be here tonight.
Really?
I woke up this morning in Foley, Alabama, which is 7 hours away.
Holy shit.
Pretty cool spot, by the way. I never knew it existed. I did a show there, and it's like a little mini, like it's a little beach town. Like, I mean, they.
Is it straight down 65 and then you just hit the
Yeah, I
can?
was like
Okay.
on 65 for
All right.
I don't know how many hours.
My family is originally from Taylorsville.
Okay.
Taylorsville's about an hour and a half, maybe away from the Gulf down there.
Yeah. So it was.
So,
I mean, I could have gone to the beach today, but I was like, nope. Deliciously nothing.
And we had pizza. That's why.
That's true.
He's like,
So, hey,
they know how to do about Little Caesars.
You did John Datoy's wedding, right?
Yeah, I did. I officiated his wedding. That was the couple. See, me and Paula went on a date a few years. Just kidding.
I actually officiated a wedding too, and it's one of my best friends from high school. We had fun with it. You know, he wanted me to crack jokes and shit, so I cracked jokes during the whole thing, and it's fun when it's someone that you know.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, I don't know if I would do it again.
He'd be all business if
It's-
it was like
it's-
somebody didn't know. You go in there.
Okay, but here's the thing. I'll speak to that a little because it is absolutely an amazing blessing and fun and privilege when you know the people. It's beautiful. There were years where I was struggling a little bit on income, and so I was doing Craigslist weddings for complete strangers.
Oh shit.
That's how I met him
How
on
much?
Craigslist.
Yeah, exactly. How much does that pay?
So I should have been charging like at least 100, but I think I was doing like for 50 per wedding. Which is why everyone was calling. I was doing a lot of green card weddings. But what I played a game with just myself. I didn't like include the wedding party on this, but because every wedding has a family drama moment.
Well, yeah.
And so when you don't know
So much
anyone
pressure.
in the wedding, it's so much fun to like play Where's the Drama. And the best one I'd ever seen, and it was a pregnant bride and her groom. Also, like I knew it was going to be a quote unquote good wedding, at least to play the game at. When I sat them down in pre-wedding, I was like, "So why are we getting married?" And the groom just sighs. And he's like, well, babies change everything. That was his answer in front of his pregnant bride.
Oh, poor
So I was
girl.
like, this is going to be a good one for something weird. And the whole wedding went off without a hitch. It was great. And I was like, well, shame on me for judging.
Yeah.
But then before I know it, I hear one woman say, well, damn, Mary Lou, it's just sweet potatoes. You don't have to be such a bitch about it, is what she said. And then this other lady said, oh, hell no. Ain't nobody going to be cussing at my baby boy's wedding. And these two old women started taking off, like they started about to get in fights. They taking off earrings, squaring up with
shit.
each other. The pregnant bride had to break up a fight at her own wedding.
Oh.
That's awesome.
How pregnant was she?
I mean, like enough where I was like, that baby could come out during the wedding. Like she seemed pretty.
Was it a shotgun wedding?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Any other good ones?
That might be the best one. I shouldn't have started with that one. There's other weird ones, but that's the best.
What's your upcoming gigs?
So I got a lot this week actually. So if people are local, I'll be at the Underdog in Nashville.
Nice.
And, I run a show at Sweetwater's Coffee and Tea on Thursday, and this is our year anniversary for the show. It's a secret show, so we never announce the lineup, but we have 3 headliners on it, like 3 former headliners on this one. So that'll be a good one. I'll be in Huntsville headlining a show on Wednesday, and then
Tomorrow you'll be.
tomorrow I'll be at the Rusty Nail at Monty. I was like, what am I forgetting? And he's right there. Tomorrow I'll be performing at the Rusty Nail at 7:30 p.m. at Monty's show, and it's going to be great. I've done it a few times, and so it's a good crowd. It was a lot of fun. People having a good time. And then the thing that I really... okay, first of all, whoever's listening to this, if you're like, man, this guy seems cool, I wish I knew more about him, follow me on social media. And if you don't feel that way, tell someone you don't like to follow me on social media. And cause
Are you all right,
see,
dude?
see all my shows and stuff like that.
I think he's dying.
He's sneezing back there.
Glad he's okay. So, but yes, follow me at Drew Davis Comedy so you can find all the stuff. But the big thing I want to tell everyone about is I am releasing a second album on November 11th at 11:11 a.m. It's called $11 Jokes, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's it's just it's very different than my first album. So I'm pretty excited about the contrast and seeing what people say. There's gonna be people that are like, his first one was way better. But I was 25 and I was that kind of comedian. And there's gonna be people that are like, man, he's like a completely different person in his second verse. Well, yeah, it's like there's 10 years apart, so it makes sense.
There you go.
A whole different person.
Dude, yeah, I've seen you grow, and I love it, man. I love
Thanks,
it.
man.
I love to see progression. So go for it.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I really enjoy being on this podcast. Thank you guys for letting me be a part of it.
No, we appreciate you for coming out, man. I mean, it's always been a pleasure every time that you have. Would you ever put out like a dirty comedy album?
I've thought about it. Because here's the thing. I have jokes that are probably more dirtier that I don't do at like any of my clean shows, obviously. So on one hand, it would be, I've already thought of like how I would brand it and everything, because I have a joke where I talk about, someone came up to me a while ago and was like, hey, you're like the ex-pastor, right? And I'm like, we don't call ourselves that. Like, ex-pastor sounds like ex-offender, and that's not what we want. The name, if I did an album like that, it would be called Ex-Pastor, and be like the not clean jokes or whatever. And so but the more honestly, the good comedy advice someone's been telling me is like, find your lane and kind of stay in it.
Yeah.
So like, my brain thinks like, man, it would be so cool for the people that already follow me if I did like a dirty album. Realistically, a lot of them would be like, this is disgusting.
So you should do it like Garth Brooks, where he comes up with this alternate
name.
Wear a different wig.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And like do like your alternate persona, but then it's your dirty comedy.
Yeah.
And see which one pays out.
Speaking of that, the yin yang, the clean cut comedy, I've been following that. You guys have been doing good.
We have a group that's based out here in Nashville, Clean Comedy Collective. We started in January, so we're getting close still, unless it's been a year old, I guess, but a few months. But yeah, we have like five or six regular shows. I run one at Third Coast. I run one at a coffee shop. The one that's happening its year anniversary this week, and I run one in Humboldt, Tennessee, at a little grill. If you're in West Tennessee and you're like, man, I wish there was a comedy show, we got you covered.
Yeah.
The city grill just bought it, but the place is called The Coffee Shop because it was the only one in Humboldt, and so that we just started. And then we all one of my co-producers, Sean T. Hughes, he runs a show, two shows at two different wineries in Watertown and Baxter, Tennessee, and those are big, those are awesome ones. And then we have a weekly open mic at Juice Pow in East Nashville. So it's like clean comedy and organic juice. It's a very weird vibe, but it's fun.
I'm trying.
So yeah.
Nice. The balloon guy.
Yeah.
Well, Drew, thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
It's always a
fun.
fucking pleasure.
Yeah.
All right, playing us out. One more song. Everyone give it up. One last time. He's Dead Jim.
Well, it's that time again.
Yeah, it's that time where we take it back. We take it back to when we met Jim.
Back to the 1920s, right?
Yeah, it was the 1920s. We were living on the railroad with Jim. Just hopping trains.
Hopping trains, doing all sorts of things.
Shenanigans, being ne'er-do-wells, miscreants, vagabonds, the such.
Let me tell you something, though.
Tell us about it.
We were always alone.
No,
we were never alone.
No, we were never alone, Lord.
We
Jim
were
taught us
never
that.
alone.
Because what were we doing?
The Rail Riders Rag. never alone.